Morning students. Now last time we had finished with pronouns. We had finished all the exercises up to exercise 9, and now we shall start with lesson 6, that is verbs. Now what are verbs? Verbs are generally action verbs, action words. They show any kind of action in the sentence, right? So they are action words. Defining a verb. A verb denotes an action or being or possession. The guard showed the green flag, that is showing the action. Jaya hit the ball hard, that is also showing an action. Madhu is intelligent. Now here is being. It is the possession, that this is a quality of Madhu. Dickens was a great storyteller. This is also a being. I have a beautiful diary. This shows possession. A cow has 4 legs. This is also showing possession. Have, has, was, is are all auxiliary verbs. They show possession or being. Transitive, intransitive and incomplete verbs. Now what are transitive verbs? We will study. A verb that requires an object to complete its meaning is called a transitive verb. Underline this. What is a transitive verb? It needs an object. There is a subject and an object in the sentence. Subject is the one which performs the action, and object is the one which is the receiver of the action. The patient needs medicine. Now here medicine is the object of the verb needs, right? What is being needed? Medicine is being needed, and this object is necessary to complete the meaning of the patient needs, of what the patient needs, right? So that is why medicine is needed in the sentence. So this is a transitive verb. Further, a verb that does not require an object to complete its meaning but has a complete meaning by itself is called an intransitive verb. The verb which do not need an object to complete its meaning. For example, here it was medicine was needed. If you say the patient needs, what does the patient need? That is not clear, right? So here medicine was needed, but here it is not needed. The child smiled. Now why the child smiled? That is not needed. So smiled is an intransitive verb. It does not need an object. The verb smiled does not need an object to complete its meaning. That is why it is an intransitive verb. Underline this point also. Write down both the things, so you understand the meaning of transitive and intransitive verbs properly. Now next is incomplete verbs. Verbs like be, is, are, am, was, were, will be, shall be, etc. are all forms of be. Become, appear, seem, then and look are incomplete verbs. They need complements to complete their meaning. For example, the teacher is intelligent. The word intelligent is needed to complete the meaning of the teacher is, right? What is the teacher? If intelligent is not given, you will not realize what is the teacher is, what is the quality of the teacher. Is not complete in itself. That is why it is an incomplete verb. So other words like intelligent are needed to complete its meaning. Further, direct and indirect objects. Transitive verbs can have 2 types of objects, direct object and indirect object. The first one, direct object. A noun or pronoun that directly receives the action denoted by the verb in a sentence is called a direct object. A noun or pronoun that is directly receiving the action denoted by the verb, right? Directly showing the action, receiving the action shown in the sentence is called a direct object. An indirect object, a noun or pronoun that receives the direct object or is affected by it is called an indirect object. It can be affected by the direct object, right? And the meaning might be affected by the direct object. That is called an indirect object. The indirect object is normally placed before the direct object. The direct object answers the question what. Normally this kind of thing is used in identifying noun clauses because it answers the question what, right? The direct object answers the question what. For example, Mr. Hussain bought Akram an iPod. Now Mr. Hussain is the subject here. Who is Akram? He is the indirect object, and iPod is a direct object. What did Mr. Hussain get it? iPod, he got it, right? And who to whom was iPod given? To Mr. Akram. So Mr. Akram is the receiver or indirect object in the sentence. What iPod. So that is a direct object. Who received the iPod? Mr. Akram. Akram received the iPod. So he is an indirect object. Same way, next one. Dr. Singh taught us science. Now us is indirect object. What does Dr. Singh teach us? Science. Science is the direct object, right? किसको सिखाते थे? हमको सिखाते थे. Us is an indirect object. Okay, now write down both these examples because you need to be clear about this. So write both the examples in your notebook along with the explanation. Next one is auxiliary or main verbs. There are a lot of auxiliary verbs that we tend to use to describe the tenses. So verbs are either main verbs or auxiliary verbs. They are also called supporting verbs. Auxiliary verbs are also called supporting verbs. There are 14 auxiliary verbs: be, will, can, may, shall, ought, must, have, would, could, might, should, used, do, right? All other verbs are main verbs. Auxiliary verbs are used with main verbs to form tenses, passive forms. Underline this point. Auxiliary verbs are used to form tenses and passive forms. All other verbs are main verbs. Be, have and do are primarily auxiliary verbs. Be के forms हम काफ़ी सारे यूज़ करते हैं जो हमने ऊपर देखे. Will, shall, can, have, has, all these are forms of be. They are used as auxiliary verbs to support the main verb in the sentence. They are special because they can be used both as an auxiliary verb and as a main verb. कुछ sentence में उनको main verb की तरह भी use किया जाता है. So you should be careful while using these verbs. Further, modals. What are modals? All auxiliary verbs can, with the exception of be, have and do, are called modal auxiliaries or simply modals. Modals are used to express ideas like possibility, ability, permission, obligation, suggestion, etc. Right? What are the modals used for? To describe possibilities, abilities, permissions, obligations, suggestions, etc. Modals have only one form. They are never used alone except in question tags, right? They are never used alone except in question tags. In question tags they are used alone. Question tags we have already seen. Now further, finite and non-finite verbs. What are finite verbs and what are non-finite? The ing form of the verb singing, praising, dancing and the to form of the verb to sing, to praise, to dance are called non-finite. All other verb forms are finite. Underline this. Ing form of verbs are called non-finite, and to sing, to praise, where you use to before that, normally in present tense, they are called non-finite verbs. To forms are also called infinitives. Ing forms may be either participles, that is verb plus adjective form. Smiling babies, this is verb plus adjective is given, right? Fading flowers. Now these two words, smiling and fading, are being used as verbs as well as adjectives. That is why they are called verb plus adjective forms. Smiling babies, fading flowers or gerunds. Verb plus noun forms, that is fading is natural. Verb plus noun can also be used, that is also a non-finite verb. Further, chief parts of the verb. The chief parts of verb are the present tense first form, the past tense second form, and the past participle third form. These are the basic three forms of verb that can be used. Further, you can change it as per the tenses that we will learn further. For example, the chief parts of the verb go are go in present tense, went in past tense, and gone in past participle. Right? These three forms we will study: go, went, and gone. These are past participle forms. They are called the chief parts because we can form all the other parts of a verb with their help. Underline this point. They are the main parts of the verb because we can form other forms of verb from these three main verbs in present, past, and past participle forms. Right? You can make continuous forms, then you can make perfect forms. All that can be made by adding auxiliary verbs to these forms of the verbs. Now let us study strong and weak verbs. Weak verbs form their past tense by adding ed or d or t to the present. Underline this line. Can be formed. Weak verbs can form their past tense by adding ed or d or t to them. Present tense, laughed, right? Past tense becomes laughed. Receive, received. Learn, learnt. T can be added, ed can be added, d can be added. All three can be added to make their past tense form of these weak verbs. Second point is strong verbs form their past tense by changing the inside vowel of their present tense. Now, certain verbs you change the inside vowel of the present tense form to make the past tense. For example, come, came, know, knew, speak, spoke. Right? So, these are strong verbs. They change the middle vowel to change the tense. Then further, third point is observe how the past tense of the following verb is formed. Past tense, present tense, buy, bought, catch, caught, tell, told. These are completely different. Now, we notice that in these verbs, the inside vowel has been changed to form the past tense, but besides a changed vowel, they also require a final d or t, which such verbs are also called weak verbs. Right? These verbs are also called weak verbs because the entire form of the verb changes if you convert it into past tense. You also take d and t to change it, but inside vowel is also changed. Further, there is a very simple way of telling whether a particular verb is weak or strong. If in the past tense of the verbs there is present a final d or t that is not found in the present tense, it is a weak verb. Simple way is, if you do not find d or t in the past tense form, then that verb is a weak verb. Now, here are given certain strong verbs and weak verbs and their past and participle forms. We will just read them, write them down once in your notebook. All these are important. Weak verbs and strong verbs, both they have given. So you have to go through and learn some of them which you do not remember. Some of them are very common, which you can make them. So let us read. Arise, arose, arisen. Awake, awakened. Awaked, awaked. Awoke, awoken. Bear, bore, bore. Born, born. Beat, beat, beaten. Become, become, become. Begin, began, begun. Bid, bade, bid. Bidden, bid. Bind, bound, bound. Bite, bit, bit, bitten. Bit is also correct and bitten is also correct here in past participle form. Then blow, blew, blown. Break, broke, broken. Choose, chose, chosen. Cling, clung, clung. Came, came, come. Come, came, come. Dig, dug, dug. Do, did, done. Draw, drew, drawn. Drink, drank, drunk. Drive, drove, driven. Eat, fell, fall. Eat, ate, eaten. Fall, fell, fallen. Fight, fought, fought. Find, found, found. Fly, flew, flown. Forbid, forbade, forbidden. Forget, forgot, forgotten. Forgive, forgave, forgiven. Freeze, froze, frozen. Get, got. Give, gave, given. Go, went, gone. Grow, grew, grown. Hang, hung, hung. Hide, hid, hidden or hid. Hold, held, held. know, knew, known, lie, lay, laying. Ride, rode, ridden, ring, rang, rung, rise, rose, risen, run, ran, run, see, saw, seen, shake, shook, shaken, shine, shone, shone, shrink, shrank, shrunk, sing, sang, sung, sink, sank, sunk. This sink means to drown in water, and this sing is singing. Sit, sat, sat, speak, spoke, spoken, spring, sprang, sprung, stand, stood, stood, steal, stole, stolen, stick, stuck, stuck, sting, stung, stung, strike, struck, struck, swim, swam, swum, swing, swung, swung, take, took, taken, tear, tore, torn, throw, threw, thrown, understand, understood, understood, wake, woke, woken, wear, wore, worn, weave, wove, woven, win, won, won, wind, wound, wound, withdraw, withdrew, withdrawn, ring, rung, rung, write, wrote, written. Now these were the all strong verbs. Further are given the weak verbs. Bend, bent, bent, bring, brought, brought, build, built, built, build, B-U-I-L-D, build becomes built. It ends in T. So remember this. Burn, burnt, burnt. Burned and burned is also correct. Ed, adding ed is also correct, and putting t is also correct. Buy, bought, bought. Catch, caught, caught. Creep, crept, crept. Dare, dared, dared. Deal, dealt, dealt. Deceive, deceived, deceived. Die, died, died. Dive, dived, dived. Dream, dreamt, dreamt. Dreamed, dreamed. Dwell, dwelt, dwelt. Feed, fed, fed. Feel, felt, felt. Flee, fled, fled. Now here feel is what is but flee is running away. Flow, flowed, flowed. Then hang, hanged, hanged. Have, had, had. Have, had are auxiliary verbs that you use in sentences in place of certain verbs. They can be used alone also, and they can be used along with other verbs also. Hear, heard, heard. Keep, kept, kept. Kneel, knelt, knelt. Knit, knitted, knitted. Lay, laid, laid. Lead, led, led. Lean, lent, lent. Leaned, leaned. Leap, leapt, leapt. Leaped and leaped. Leaped means jumping. Jumping and moving forward is called leaping. Then learn, learnt, learnt. Learned, learned. Leave, left, left. Lend, lent, lent. Light, lit, lit. Lighted, lighted is also correct. Lie, lied, lied. Lose, lost, lost. Make, made, made. Mean, meant, meant. Meet, met, met. Melt, melted, melted. Pay, paid, paid. Probe, probed, proved. Quarrel, quarreled, quarrelled. Raise, raised, raised. Saw, sawed, sawed or sawn. Say, said, said. Seek, sought, sought. Seek मतलब ढूंढना. Sell, sold, sold. Send, sent, sent. Sue, sued, sewn. Shoot, shot, shot. Show, showed, shown. Sleep, slept, slept. Smell, smelled, smelt. Sow, sowed, sown. Sowed or sown, both is correct. Spend, spent, spent. Spoil, spoiled, spoiled, or spoiled, spoiled is also correct. Spoiled, adding t or ed, both are correct. Sweep, swept, swept. Teach, taught, taught. Tell, told, told. Think, thought, thought. Travel, travelled, travelled. Weep, wept, wept. Work, worked, worked. Now all these past participle forms we have just gone through. Write them down once in your notebook. We stop here today from point K. We will start further.